Today we're taking a trip back to 1776 during the American Revolutionary War, where the Battle of Long Island all started.
In March of 1776, George Washington captured Boston during a battle with the British. At the end of the battle, Washington and his men forced the captured British out of the prisons with a cannon from their own forts. He correctly believed that New York would be Britain's next big target, so he moved his troops south from Boston to New York.
It is now August 22nd, 1776. The commander of the American Army, George Washington, is gathering his men to make a plan for the upcoming battle.
On the other hand, British General William Howe is moving 15,000 men across the Narrows and landing them at Gravesend Bay.
After losing at Boston, the British came to capture one of the most valuable ports in America. Their plan was to capture and take control of the New York port so they could cut the Americans' supply off. George Washington has heard of this British plan and strengthens his first line of defense at Brooklyn Heights.
Fast forward to August 26, 1776. Henry Clinton, another British commander, is moving his 5,000 men to the Jamaican Pass, hoping to surprise the American army. Washington has placed only 5 men to guard the Jamaican Pass, and this is the first time during the battle that the Americans were greatly outnumbered. Both the American and British armies are getting ready for the battle to begin.
It is currently August 27, 1776. Both armies are marching towards Brooklyn. A couple hours later, the first shot was heard. The battle had started. Both sides were firing their guns, and it was complete chaos.
Washington's defeat almost led to the surrender of his entire army. He stationed 3 troops, one at the south end of Manhattan, one at Brooklyn Heights, and one on Long Island. Because of this poor decision, the British were able to force them to one side of the island. That night, the American army was able to escape because of Washington's ingenuity.
On August 29, 1776, the British commander stopped firing, for he knew that the American army was too weak to last any longer. He expected the Americans to surrender. At this moment, Washington was in the process of moving more men into Manhattan, but it was too late. From this disappointment, he decided to withdraw his men and retreat back towards New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
From this defeat, Washington was left with 312 dead, 1,407 injured, and 2,000 captured. The British only had 392 soldiers killed and wounded over the span of 2 days. Among the 2,000 captured was Brigadier General John Sullivan.
The American defeat caused the British to control the strategically important port of New York. The Battle of Long Island will go down as the first major battle of the American Revolutionary War, to take place after the U.S. declared their independence on July 4, 1776. If the outcome would have been different, the British would have continued to fight until they got what they wanted. The Americans could have had control of the port, and life could have been different.